Hi guys. Yesterday I woke up to the death of somebody I knew. We weren't friends, but at least I knew him. It was all over. It was all over the internet. All over the internet. It was on the internet, it was on the news. I didn't know this person, but at least it was more like an acquaintance, I didn't know him much, but I felt so bad. I felt so bad, really bad. I cried over someone that I didn't really know. And it hurt because he was so young, so agile, full of life. He had his whole life ahead of him, and the sting of death just snatched him away. And I got thinking, and it reminded me once again the essence of our existence. The Bible in Ecclesiastes says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. It says, fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Solomon had everything in the world. He tasted everything. He had wealth. He was the richest man during that time. He had the wealth, he had the houses, you name it, he had the women. And after all said and done, he came back and said one thing. Say, after all these things, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. We get so engrossed with life. We get so engrossed chasing things that are vain. And we forget the very essence, the very, very essence of our creation. The very essence of why we were created. And that is to do his pleasure. That is to do his pleasure. The devil is having his way every day in our lives. And we let him have his way. You think you're young, you can die. I'm in my 30s. I can die tomorrow. Because I'm young, still pretty, doesn't mean I can't go. Doesn't mean you can die. We say it is not our portion, it is not our portion, it is not our portion. So whose portion is it? Whose portion is it? Let me flex my life. Let me enjoy my life. I will serve God tomorrow. There is no time. Now is the time. Now is the time. What are you waiting for? God is calling you. He says, come unto me. He says, call me. Ask and it shall be given. His salvation is there so freely. So freely. All you have to do is to believe. To believe. And to trust him as your Lord and your Savior. That is the best decision you could ever make in life. Life is too short. I do not know the next 5 minutes from now, or the next 10 minutes, or even the next minute. Anything could happen. Let us begin to wake up from our slumber. Wake up to the realization that this earth is just temporal. All the glitz, all the glamour, the nice house, the fancy cars, the beautiful clothes. Vain. 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 It's not like these things are not good. But what do we spend our whole life chasing? What do we spend our whole life chasing? What? Accept Jesus today. Accept Christ today. And know what it means to be truly in the faith. It is sweet. You don't struggle with life again. You just live. There is a peace that comes. The peace of knowing that after all said and done, after all the struggles, your destination should be your drive. He who has ears, let him hear.